On our planet there are many creatures that pose a threat to human life. But these are not always large predators. There are many animals that are small in size and seemingly harmless, which are much deadlier than the tiger and leopard. Their weapons are not fangs and claws, but poison. One touch or a small bite is enough for an encounter with them to end in death. And it is about them that we will talk. The wartfish, Synanceia verrucosa, also known as the stonefish, is the most dangerous known poisonous fish. Stonefish have excellent camouflage and the ability to adapt to their environment, making them virtually indistinguishable on the seabed. It may appear as a rock covered in algae, making it difficult for people to see. And this stone is deadly. Stonefish have sharp and hard vertebral fins that contain poisonous glands. If a person, God forbid, steps on or touches this fish, he will, at best, be guaranteed unforgettable pain. And at worst, death from shock, paralysis, and tissue death. A stonefish sting can cause intense pain, swelling, redness, and inflammation in the sting area. The venom contains toxins that attack the nervous system and can cause serious symptoms such as a feeling of suffocation, weakness, nausea, vomiting, loss of consciousness, and even death, especially if prompt medical attention is not received. The poison causes such unbearable pain that, in search of salvation from suffering, victims wish to amputate the affected area. The bite of a stonefish is believed to cause the greatest pain known to man. The blue-ringed octopus, Hapalochlaena spp., also known as the Australian octopus, is one of the most venomous marine organisms in the world. The blue ring-necked octopus has a venom containing powerful toxins called tetrodotoxins. These poisons are neurotoxins and can cause paralysis and respiratory arrest in their victims. A characteristic feature of the blue ring octopus is its ability to change color and display vibrant blue and purple rings on its body when excited or threatened. This serves as a warning that the octopus is dangerous and may be poisonous. Unlike some other octopus species, the blue ring-necked octopus can exhibit aggressive behavior, especially when it feels threatened. It may perform threatening poses, reveal its brightly colored rings, and display aggression towards potential predators or unwary humans. Yes, his dance is extremely impressive and makes you want to take a closer look. But this is a dance of death. Stay away. It's in your best interest. The bite of the blue-ringed octopus may be painless and almost unnoticeable, but its venom is extremely dangerous to humans. Symptoms of poisoning can develop within minutes to several hours after the bite. These include numbness, weakness, loss of consciousness, difficulty breathing, sudden drop in blood pressure, and loss of muscle control. In serious cases, without medical attention, the bite leads to death. In fact, the octopus carries enough venom to kill 26 adults within a couple of minutes, and there is no antidote. The box jellyfish, Chironex fleckeri, is a marine jellyfish that is known to be extremely poisonous and is considered the most dangerous jellyfish on the planet. It belongs to the family Chironex and lives in the waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans, especially off the coast of Australia and in some other areas of the western Pacific Ocean. The box jellyfish has a small, transparent dome that can reach a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. It has long tentacles that can reach a length of up to 3 meters. These tentacles contain thousands of small stinging cells known as nematocytes, which are used for hunting and defense. When a box jellyfish encounters potential prey or a threat, it shoots out its stinging cells and releases venom, causing a severe sting. Box jellyfish venom contains powerful neurotoxins, including cheiroxin, that attack the nervous system and can cause serious health effects in humans. A box jellyfish sting can be extremely painful and dangerous. Over the past 60 years, it has claimed about 6,000 lives. Its venom is considered the deadliest in the world, with toxins affecting the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. And, to make matters worse, all this is accompanied by such terrible pain that the victims go into a state of shock and either drown or die from cardiac arrest. It is recommended to rinse the burn area with seawater, but not fresh water, as it may activate remaining stinging cells. If you immediately treat the wound with vinegar or lemon juice, the victim has a chance to survive. The king cobra, Ophiophagus hanna, is one of the most dangerous and deadly snakes in the world. King cobra venom is a neurotoxin that attacks the nervous system. Its bite can cause serious complications and even death. King cobra venom contains a mixture of different toxins that affect the victim. This includes protein toxins that destroy tissue, as well as neurotoxins that affect the nervous system. The king cobra is capable of injecting a large dose of venom in one bite. It can release enough poison to kill an elephant or 8 people in one dose. The bite of this snake is extremely dangerous and requires immediate medical attention. Among the representatives of snakes, there are also more poisonous ones than the king cobra, but it is capable of releasing much more poison than others. For example, 5 times more than the black mamba. The bite of a king cobra causes rapid progressive myoparesis, that is, paralysis of skeletal muscles. Early symptoms include pain at the site of the bite, headache, dizziness, nausea and vomiting. Paralysis of the respiratory system then gradually develops, which can lead to respiratory arrest and death if timely medical attention is not provided. The king cobra generally avoids confrontations with people and prefers to flee from them, but it can become aggressive if it feels threatened. When threatened, it can flare its neck and produce a distinctive whistling sound to frighten or scare away a potential enemy. However, if she believes her life is in danger, she may attack and bite. The king cobra is widespread in the dense mountain forests of South and Southeast Asia. Incidents of snake bites are relatively common. This is because people may accidentally encounter a snake, especially in rural areas or during agricultural work. If you see a snake, do not approach or try to drive it away. Move away and make as much noise as possible. Leiurus quinquestriatus, also known as the desert scorpion or death scorpion, is one of the most dangerous scorpions to humans. Leiurus quinquestriatus is found in desert and semi-desert regions of Africa and the Middle East, including countries such as Egypt, Israel, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. The venom of the scorpion Leiurus quinquestriatus contains powerful neurotoxins that affect the human nervous system. Symptoms of Leiurus scorpion poisoning may include sharp and intense pain at the site of the bite, swelling and redness, fever, sweating, muscle cramps and weakness. In more serious cases, cardiac arrhythmias, insomnia, psychomotor agitation, seizures, respiratory failure, coma and death may occur. In regions where the scorpion Leiurus quinquestriatus is common, cases of stings from this scorpion are quite common. The risk is especially high in children because their body weight is lower and they may react more strongly to the venom. Leiurus quinquestriatus is an aggressive species and will often attack at the slightest threat. It can be found close to human habitations, especially in desert areas, and may hide in burrows, rocks, trees or inanimate vegetation. Before the attack, the scorpion begins to actively move, performing a kind of dance, warning of an imminent attack. Scorpios are, in principle, unpleasant creatures, but of all the existing subspecies, this one is considered one of the most dangerous. If you are bitten, maintenance therapy will not help. It is in your interests to contact professionals at the nearest hospital as quickly as possible. Immediately, you don't have much time. The Taipan, also known as the fierce snake, Oxyuranus microlepidotus, is considered one of the most dangerous and venomous snakes in the world. The Taipan's venom is one of the most powerful of all snakes. It is a neurotoxin that affects the human nervous system. The venom contains components that cause bleeding disorders, destroy blood vessels and lead to serious organ damage. The Taipan is capable of injecting large amounts of venom in one bite. Its venom is so strong that one dose can be fatal to several people. Even a small amount of poison, enough to enter the bloodstream, can cause serious complications. A Taipan bite can cause a variety of symptoms, including intense pain at the site of the bite, dilated pupils, severe headaches, nausea and vomiting, muscle and gastrointestinal cramps, blurred vision, paralysis, breathing problems and heart problems. Poisoning can progress very quickly and requires immediate medical attention. If medical assistance is not provided on time, the result of the bite will be fatal. The taipan usually avoids contact with people and prefers to retreat, but if threatened or frightened, it can become aggressive. It can straighten its body, hiss, make whistling sounds, and attack with minimal warning. The taipan is found in Australia, especially in the northern part of the country, and cases of bites from this snake are relatively rare. However, when such an incident occurs, it poses a serious threat to human life. Poison frogs are a group of small frogs found primarily in the tropical forests of Central and South America. Poison frogs contain powerful toxins known as alkaloids, which are produced in their skin and serve as a defense mechanism against predators. These poisons can be dangerous to humans. Some species of poisonous frogs have such strong poison that even a slight touch of their skin can cause serious poisoning. Interestingly, the toxicity of frogs is due to their diet of certain insects and other invertebrates that are a source of toxins. The danger to humans comes from potential skin contact with poisonous frogs. Touching their skin or even mishandling them can cause them to absorb toxins through the skin. Symptoms of poisoning can vary depending on the type and concentration of the toxin, as well as the body's response. These may include redness and swelling of the skin, burning and numbness, nausea and vomiting, weakness, abnormal heart rhythms, loss of consciousness, and even death in cases of severe poisoning. Despite their danger, some indigenous peoples of Central and South America used poisonous frogs to make arrows, which they used for hunting. However, this requires careful handling of the poisons, and the use of poisonous frogs in this context is part of cultural practices and traditions. It is important to note that most species of poisonous frogs are not aggressive in nature and do not pose a threat to humans unless they are disturbed or their natural habitat is disturbed. However, you should always be careful to avoid contact with unfamiliar frog species in the wild, especially if they have bright colors, which are often a sign of poisonousness. The Brazilian wandering spider, Phoneutria, also known as the banana spider, is one of the most venomous spiders in the world. The venom of the Brazilian wandering spider contains powerful neurotoxins that can cause severe bite symptoms. These poisons are aimed at paralyzing and destroying the spider's prey. Brazilian wandering spiders are known for their aggressiveness and rapid response to threats. They may attack if they feel trapped or perceive a person as a potential threat. Banana spiders sometimes enter homes and other living spaces through packages or shipments of goods, especially from tropical countries. This may lead to accidental contact with people and increase the risk of being bitten. Symptoms from a Brazilian wandering spider bite can include severe pain at the site of the bite, swelling, redness of the skin, loss of sensation, muscle spasms, loss of consciousness, and even anaphylaxis shock. Some people may have a severe reaction to the poison, resulting in death. This creature was included in the Guinness Book of Records in 2007 for being responsible for the largest number of human deaths caused by spider bites. Precautions should be taken to avoid contact with these spiders and maintain hygiene in living areas. Ballfish, also known as pufferfish, belong to the family of fish in the order Tetraodonts. One of the main dangers associated with ballfish is the presence of a powerful neurotoxin known as tetrodotoxin, which is found in its internal organs. Tetrodotoxin is a powerful poison that blocks the nervous system and can lead to paralysis and respiratory arrest. The meat of some subspecies is a delicacy in Japan and Korea. Proper processing of ballfish is a complex and technical process. If the ballfish has not been properly cooked, poison may remain in the meat, especially the liver, ovaries, and testicles. When eating improperly prepared ballfish, there is a high risk of serious poisoning and even death. Dozens of deaths from eating this fish are recorded every year. Tetrodotoxin poisoning can cause a variety of symptoms, including numbness around the mouth and extremities, muscle weakness, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, loss of consciousness, and, in severe cases, respiratory arrest and death. Eating improperly prepared ballfish can be fatal. In some cases, when people eat the poisonous parts of the ballfish, the mortality rate can be as high as 60%. In Japan, There are specially trained and licensed chefs who can properly prepare ballfish and remove the poisonous parts, making it safe for consumption. However, if you try to cook ballfish yourself without experience and knowledge, there is a serious health risk. Due to the above-mentioned dangers, it is recommended to obtain ballfish only from experienced and reliable suppliers or consume it in specialized restaurants with experienced chefs. It is especially important to be careful and avoid handling or consuming ballfish yourself unless you have the appropriate experience and knowledge. The marbled cone snail, Conus marmoreus, is a species of sea snail that belongs to the cone snail family. The cone snail has venom which it uses to hunt its prey. The venom contains powerful neurotoxins that can be dangerous to humans. Sting. The cone snail has organs called radullas with which it can sting its prey. The bite of a cone snail can be painful and deadly to humans. The venom of the marbled cone snail contains toxins that affect the nervous system. Symptoms of poisoning can include numbness, paralysis, loss of consciousness, difficulty breathing, and in some cases even death. One of the characteristics of the marbled cone snail is its ability to camouflage and hide in its environment. It can be difficult to see, especially on coral reefs or marine vegetation, increasing the risk of accidental exposure. Some of the most common victims of cone snails are divers who pick them up at the bottom, lured by their beauty and safe appearance. To summarize, I would like to note that the greatest danger to humans is not large predators, but small, inconspicuous and unfearing creatures, whose main and deadly weapon is poison. And they are the main cause of death of careless people.